Good morning, everyone. I'm back with my scent of the day, and these are scent of the days and not reviews. So if you watch me on TikTok or YouTube or even Instagram, they're really not reviews. They're just my scent of the day and what I think about a fragrance. So my grandkids know why I have these. Anyway, today I'm wearing an interesting one. I'm wearing Joop Jump, and recently, not recently, about a month and a half ago, I did a scent of the day with Mont Blanc Individual, and when I did that, I mentioned that to me Mont Blanc Individual reminded me of the old Joop Homme, the red bottle, and how I didn't like Joop Homme at all. I didn't like Joop. I just call it Joop. I didn't know it was Homme, and I didn't really like it because my kids wore it when when it first came out. And I was in my 40s, 30, late 30s, early 40s, and they were wearing it in their 20s, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like the sweetness of it. I wasn't into fragrance that time, so that's another reason I didn't like it. But it was just way too sweet for me. I thought I'll never wear that. And then when I did get into fragrances, Mont Blanc Individual was hyped as an alternate for, I think it's Creed Santal. And so I didn't know what Creed Santal smelled like, and I got the Mont Blanc Individual, and as soon as I sprayed, I was like, "This is Joop, or Joop, or I call it Joop," and I'm like, "That's the same stuff," but it is different. Now I actually like Individual, and I do wear that, and Miss Floss loves it. Which brings us to this. This one, Joop Jump. I didn't buy, other Joops, whatever you want to call them. I didn't buy other ones. But when I did that Individual scent of the day, Curly Fragrance's mom, or mom of Curly Fragrance, she commented on it. And she mentioned how she liked Joop. But she also mentioned another one called Joop Night Flight. And so she said that would be the one I should look at. And I did. I went into the notes and looked at that, but I also found it was discontinued at a very hefty price. It's over 200, 300. I'm like, oh, I'm buying that. So anyway, I kept looking around Joop and all that, and when I looked at this, I saw similarities in the notes. They're not the same, but they have this similar thing going. They have a citrus, almond, vanilla sweetness, except that the Night Flight I think has a lot more florals and a lot more notes. This doesn't have as many notes. This one has grapefruit and caraway up top and rosemary, and then it has heliotrope and coriander in the middle, and then it has tonka bean, musk, and vetiver, and that's really important. That heliotrope, heliotrope to some is described as an almond smelling or an almond vanilla. And in the Night Flight, there is almond. I don't know if it's heliotrope, but almond and vanilla. So that's one of the reasons I thought this might be a little similar to that. And that's what I get. I get citrus, some sweetness. And I had to look up where that sweetness is coming from because I didn't know. I'm like, there's nothing really sweet. There's citrus. There's the almond, which could be sweet, and vanilla, which could be sweet, but a different type of sweetness I was picking up. And what I found out is I looked at the coriander and caraway, and they're both listed as sweet spicy. So, when you go into the notes, because you could do that on Fragnatic, you could hit the note and look a little bit about it and sort of figure it out. And so that's what I did. And so it really is a citrus, sweet, fresh, spicy, almondy, vanilla type fragrance. The vetiver, the musk comes out a little powdery, I guess. So that's what it is, and I do like it. And more importantly, Miss Floss upstairs gave it an 8. I personally, I do like it. It's good. I could see occasions. I could see wearing this on a summer night, maybe. That could be that on date night because Miss Floss likes it. I could wear it on a date night. I personally, I could do that because Miss Floss likes it. I think this would be more appropriate to like a teenager or a young man, only because the same thing with Joop. I realize what I'm saying is my young sons, at teenage years to young 20s, just fell in love with Joop, and so did their girlfriends and that. So I just think this would be more of a youthful fragrance. But I could wear it. I can wear it now. I can wear anything I want, right? You can wear anything you want. I can wear anything I want. And at any time I want, whenever I want. It doesn't really matter. Whoever's watching this, you can wear whatever you want to wear. So anyway, that's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing that. And one last thing. I always talk about Ross and how he helped build my collection. He did. We have similar tastes. But I want to get this out there. Ross didn't like this. I won't say he didn't like it. He gave it an iffy, He bought two Joops at the same time at Burlington. He bought Jump and he bought Wow, and he liked Wow a lot more. So he smelled the Jump second, and he got that sweetiness too. I think he thought it was plum. And he said he didn't like it. But then he said we go on and wear it like everything else because, your taste and fragrances can change as you wear them multiple times. So I just want to mention that because it's interesting that, I like him, I had picked this up many times in a rack store and put it back. And I had also put it in my cart as a throw-in on an order to get the order up many times on Fragrance Net or Fragrance X or wherever. And the only reason I bought it, which I mentioned, is I'm gonna say her name's Daniela, I guess, but it's Curly Fragrance's mom. And anyway, I bought it because I trust her opinion, and she said the night flight would be one you want to get, and that piqued my interest again. I said, you know what? Yeah, maybe I will get that. And I guess I'll go one more last thing. That vanilla almond. When I got it, I thought it might remind me of Pegasus, and everybody knows my story on Pegasus and Craze, how I didn't really like that in the beginning, but then I started to really like it. I don't get Pegasus out of this. I'm sure Pegasus has a lot more notes, but you can get that almond, vanilla, sweetness and citrus. So I'll just mention that there, and that's the way my taste changed because when I first put on Craze, didn't really like it. And then I got Pegasus, and now I like both of them, equally. So with that, please pray for peace. Sorry I went a little too long. And please help me be kind out there and help us all be kind. I say that just to remind myself to be kind. And have a nice day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.